I decided to do a kind of different thing on my channel because I usually do monthly wrap ups. I was I finished Scrubs. Um, I forget when. To be honest, I didn't like it, so I'm not gonna talk. I'm not gonna talk about it. I didn't enjoy the show. Um, but I'm taking a break from TV. The rest of this month off and next month off, and then I'm gonna start another show in May. Um, because I've been watching so much TV. Uh, and I'm not a TV person. Like I started this project 2 years ago to watch like all the shows I missed, and I took a year off. Um, Maybe 3 years ago now, but I took time off after a while, and then I started it up again last year, and I watched a year before. Actually, I was 3 years ago. Because I started 1 year, and I watched so much TV, and then started The Wire, and I took a break from it for a year, and then yeah, so I started it back up the year after, like after taking a break, and then I've been going for 2 years now of just watching television, and and while watching TV, I don't really watch a lot of movies because I'm someone that can only focus on one thing at a time. So yeah, but in any case, I've been watching so much TV, and I watched 5 shows this year already, and it's only March. Um, so, that being said, I decided that I'm going to rewatch so many films that I haven't watched rewatched in quite a while. Because again, like I finish a show and then I immediately go into another one. Or I saw three watched 3 shows in January. So so I'm just like I am a movie person, and I know I could have done this at any time, but I just get so focused because I'm like, I have so many shows I'm on my list to watch that it just consumes my life. Um, so yeah, so I decided to rewatch all of my movies. I have too many to rewatch movies that I haven't rewatched in quite a while. And then I decided that I wanted to do like a weekly wrap up instead of a monthly wrap up, so I can like get into more detail on what I watched. I'm gonna probably still do the wrap ups because I'm watching new to me films too, but um, not gonna really focus on the new to me's as much as I am gonna focus on the rewatching of the movies that I own. So yes, this is the first installment of this. I'm gonna try to do it every week, where I talk to you about the movies I watched on Friday. I'm gonna try to do that every Friday, but we'll see how that goes. But like the first film that I watched in this week was Rear Window. This is probably my most watched Hitchcock film ever. Even more than Psycho, and I've seen Psycho a lot, but this one I have seen on the big screen. I have seen it so many times, and it just is suspenseful. Of course, it's Hitchcock, but I don't know what it is really about this film that I love so much. It's just really well acted. But I will say, I think I say this every time I talk about this movie, but I do not buy Jimmy Stewart and Grace Kelly as a couple. I just don't. I just don't think they had that strong of chemistry with each other. And I know a lot of people disagree with that because a lot of people review this movie and they're like, "Oh, they had great chemistry." I don't think they did. I really don't. Um, I also love Thelma Ritter, and I love Thelma Ritter, and yes. So I watched Rear Window. Then yesterday, I rewatched Hans Christian Andersen with Danny Kaye. This is a movie I haven't rewatched that often. I've seen it actually quite a few times, but this is such a beautiful movie. Danny Kaye is one of the most underrated performers ever, and he is one of my favorite human beings ever. I think he was a very sweet. He seemed like a very sweet person. And he was talented. He could dance. He was funny. Um, he could sing. I don't think he was like the strongest of singers, but I think he could sing. Um, but this movie is beautiful and it's sweet, and I highly, highly recommend it. And what's funny is I was planning on this is a preview to this, but I was planning on watching Little Mermaid anyway. Like that was the plan. I was gonna watch this, and then I was gonna watch Little Mermaid. And there's the last ballet of the movie is Little Mermaid, written by him, Hans Christian Andersen, and then I finished that, and then I watched The Little Mermaid. It was interesting. Um, it's my favorite Disney movie of all time. It's just beautiful. I know this people give it a lot of shit, but I prefer to look at it in a different way, and more in a positive way, which is she didn't want to live where she was. She wanted a different life, and she was going to do whatever it took to get the life that she wanted. And I mean, yeah, they're like, oh, she gave up her voice, and like, yes. But she wanted to be a human. She wanted to be a human before she met the prince. So I feel like she would have taken that deal regardless of the boy being there, because she really wanted to be human. That was her dream. Before she knew him, before she had any idea who he was, she wanted to be a human. And so yeah, it was always her dream, and he was just an added factor to it. Um, but this film is so just beautiful, and I love it. And then my last film of the week is a Goofy movie. Um, and then I was watching a Goofy movie, and the light switch in the motel that Max and Goofy stayed in was of Ariel. So, like Little Mermaid yesterday. But this film is beautiful and funny, and I always say, like, I feel like Goofy is one of the best fathers ever. He was just so supportive and so sweet and so kind, and always had Max's best interests at heart. He might be embarrassing, he might not always go about things the right way, but ultimately he is an amazing father. So great. Of course, you have Powerline. You have all the big songs in this um, that are popular, you know. The songs are great. The story is amazing. My favorite line from this entire movie is when they're in the car after they get almost attacked by Bigfoot, and Goofy's asleep, and he wakes up and he asks Max, how many cups of sugar does it take to get to the moon? And that is one of my all-time favorite movie lines. Like, that is a line that every so often it gets in my head, and I just absolutely think it's hilarious. But yeah, this movie is great, and I highly recommend it. Okay, so those are all the movies that I rewatched this week. I'm gonna try to do this again every Friday. So I should see you next Friday, and I wish the yard work hadn't started, and then I started filming, and then thank you for that. The background noise, I guess. But yeah, that is all. Goodbye.